Sports. "35 miles southwest of the Windy City skyline, the bright lights of Route 66 Raceway. One of the world's most extreme sports pays a visit tonight to the Chicagoland area for the first time. 2 crucial races, 2 titles on the line in the 250 classification of bikes and the young up-and-comers, the 125 class. If you haven't watched Supercross before, sit back. A great hour of racing straight ahead. And hi, everybody. I'm Terry Gannon here in the pits just outside the stadium, along with Jeremy McGrath, the top name in this sport over the past decade or so. You look at what you have to do tonight. You know what the objective is. You can win your 7th title in the last 8 years. What does that mean to you? What are your thoughts?
I think winning my 7 titles, I mean, just winning 1 was a dream, you know, and winning 7 is something I never really imagined. And, you know, I'd like to leave the race tonight with the championship in my hands. I mean, I don't want to take this thing to Vegas. I just want to get it over with.
Right now, a 25-point lead. It's not like you to ride defensively, though. I know you're not going to sit back. You'd like to wrap things up here as opposed to going to Las Vegas and having to do that next week.
Yeah, for sure. It's never really been in my style to kind of sit back and just take the points and you know, ride my cushion out. You know, I'm here to win. I come to win races, and I'm not really satisfied if I don't win. So, like I said, I'd like to win this Chicago race and take the championship tonight and have a cruise next week in Vegas.
Best of luck. Have fun here tonight and in Vegas.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Jeremy McGrath and the 250 guys will take the track in just a little bit. And later on, the 125 class of bikes. In fact, what a shootout we're going to have. The race for the crown even closer at the top. The 125 East title on the line. In fact, this is the finale for the 125 East riders. And a tie at the top between 2 riders. It is Stefan Roncada tied right now with Brock Sellards, and only 6 points behind them, the youngster, the 16-year-old sensation Travis Pastrana. Any one of those 3 could win an East crown here tonight in Chicagoland. For more on them, right now let's join Davey Coombs.
Well, like you said, it comes down to the last race. The points are tied between these 2 guys, FMF Honda's Brock Sellards, Yamaha of choice, Stefan Roncada. Stefan, what's going to be the strategy?
Well, tonight my strategy is to win the race. You know, if I win the race, there is no more strategy, nothing to worry about. So I'm going to go out there and give it 100% and try to pass that finish line, jump in first place.
And what about you, Brock? You had the points lead early. You were consistent all year long, but now you got to let it all hang out.
The first turn's really tight, so I'm going to try to get through the first turn and put in, you know, a great race, try to give 120% as always, and when the checkered flag flies, hopefully the FMF Honda will come out on top.
Well, there is one other rider in the points picture, and that is the rookie, Travis Pastrana, 6 points down. Travis, what's your strategy tonight?
I just got to go out there, have a good time, put in 110% like I always do every weekend. You know, I've had a learning experience my first rookie season, so I'm kind of up and down, but I've won 2 races. Hopefully, I can put the RM on top of the podium tonight.
All right. There you have it. 3 guys, 15 laps, 1 championship to be decided.
All right, Davey, thanks. 3 great personalities, 3 very different styles. This should be a shootout. Right now, let's go over and check in with my partner in the booth, David Bailey, who takes a look at this racetrack.
Terry, I'm down here on a track where normally you would see top fuel dragsters going 300 miles an hour. This weekend will be different. Pace Motorsports has done a masterful job at transforming this venue into a supercross track. And I believe this longer, more technical layout is going to play a major role in deciding the outcome of both championships. The start here in Chicago is shorter than usual, which makes the reaction time out of the gate so important. A tight first corner. That's going to be a log jam. Through a rhythm section, back across in front of the start, into a chicane, into the first whoop section. 3-foot-high bumps these guys take, into another rhythm section, a sharp left, onto the first triple. Another left, another triple. This is the biggest triple right here as they make this left-hand corner into another rhythm section. Another whoop section, but these they'll be able to stay wide open across the tops. Another chicane, back across in front of the start, and the finish right there. The lap times here about 10 seconds longer than normal, so this will be a physical battle.
So the 125 title on the line. They're about set to go. Here's the Kawasaki race grid. Ernesto Fonseca right next to Travis Pastrana, the young teenager from Annapolis, Maryland. Stefan Roncada tied for the overall lead. Nick Way, who is in 4th place overall in the season series. And you look at the rest of the lineup, Kelly Smith, Paul Curry. What's interesting is that Brock Sellards has to start from 12th place right now. David, that could affect his strategy early on, what he's able to do. Of course, he is tied for the overall lead with Stefan Roncada.
Well, he's going to have 12 pits to line. That's going to push him pretty far wide. You can see Roncada, number 26, is lined up all the way to the inside. His teammate right next to him. I've got to think there's a strategy right there to block out the rest of the field and give him a better start. For Sellards, he had problems in the heat race getting tight on the inside and got in a crash. This outside starting place may be a blessing in disguise.
So here we go with the 125 race.
Sellards gets pushed completely off the racetrack. There he is, number 18.
It was Ernesto Fonseca getting there first. He gets the Yahoo Hole Shot Award, picks up some cash for getting to that line and out of the gate quickly. Stefan Roncada right behind him in second place.
This is excellent news for the Yamaha of Troy riders. Right now, Fonseca, I'd be very surprised if he didn't move over and let Roncada get by. Here's another look at the start. You see number 18 right in the middle there, comes charging into the corner. But he's going to get pushed wide, clear off over the berm there. He gets stuck. So the title was, they were tied. Roncada with Brock Sellards. Now Roncada has a look at the lead. Sellards is going to have to come from last. He had nowhere to go. Earlier in the day, he got stuck on the inside, this time on the outside.
That short start, getting so boxed up right away, playing a key role at the beginning of this race. The battle for second, that's Roncada, number 26.
Well, now as far as the championship is concerned, Roncada doesn't need to beat Travis Pastrana. He's got a 6-point lead on him. He's got to keep him in check. If Pastrana can get up there and win, all he has to do is stay close and he'll win the championship.
If Roncada wins, he is the overall champion. Travis Pastrana needs to win. If he does win, he needs Roncada and Sellards to finish no higher than 4th. So he has a lot more work to do than the other two riders. But that's Ernesto Fonseca up front, the 18-year-old from San Jose, Costa Rica, who now lives in Lake Elsinore, California, and the defending champion in the 125 East, but he's had his problems this season.
He has. It's been a long time. I don't think it's ever happened that a champion the previous year has not won a race in the following year. That's been the case for Fonseca right here. He'd like to win this one, but team orders may come into play. He may be asked to move out of the way and make things a little bit easier for Roncada. See, Pastrana is all over him now.
Pastrana in third, right behind Roncada, and Ernesto Fonseca won 6 of the 7 events in 1999, and as you mentioned, he is winless this season.
Well, Pastrana is really pushing the issue. He's trying to do different things. He lost a little bit of time with that little move, but he's able to gain it right back. So I believe he is the faster of the 3 right now. He's got to keep a cool head, be patient. All he needs to do is win this race and just hope that the cards fall in his favor. But I just have a feeling with the lead, these 3 guys have already pulled out over 4th place. But Roncada will be able to stay close enough to take this championship.
13 laps to go. Roncada, number 26, in second place. The 21-year-old from Chambéry, France, with 4 wins this season.
That was Eric Kehoe. He's the Yamaha of Troy team manager. Little mistake by Roncada there. He's not able to jump the triple, so Pastrana moves up. As I said earlier, it doesn't matter. Roncada does not need to beat Pastrana. All he has to do is stay within 6 points, and he'll win this.
Pastrana in second place, the 16-year-old who graduated high school at the age of 15 and actually attends the University of Maryland online. 2 wins this season and a great future.
Now everything has changed for Fonseca out front. Where he may have been thinking about letting his teammate by to make things easier. Now he's going to do everything he can to hold on to the lead. Oh, and he causes Pastrana to go down right there. That was an accident. Didn't do it on purpose. Pastrana, I talked about being patient. He was a little impatient there, got too close and paid the price.
So it's Roncada back to second place right behind his teammate, Fonseca.
Now here's what's been so exciting about Pastrana. Let's take another look. Fonseca goes in, gets on the brakes hard as they go up this little jump right here. Pastrana gets a little too close, misjudges it. You see he goes down onto the right side. Now Pastrana is so fast, it wouldn't surprise me if he's able to catch this group again. If he does, this crowd's going to go wild.
So Pastrana with some work to do to get back into contention. Fonseca with the lead over Roncada right now. More of the 125s when we come back.
Hi. Friday's great. Email. It's kind of slow.
Styling, performance, value. Isn't technology great? The Suzuki Katana.
No down payment. Low financing on Honda Valkyries and Goldwings. Low payments on Valkyrie, Shadows, and Magnas with the Honda card. It's the road to savings. Incredible deals on some incredible Hondas. So hurry to your Honda dealer during the road to savings.
David Villman has swept the first 2 rounds of the band's Triple Crown. And with a victory in Vegas, May 6th, live on pay-per-view, he'll be the first ever to win it all at $500,000. The band's championships, the final stop on the band's Triple Crown of Supercross. It's history in the making. Contact your cable or satellite provider now. Toyota Trucks presents the EA Sports Supercross Finals, May 6th, live on pay-per-view.
EA Sports Supercross, presented by Toyota Trucks. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. Honda, the company that defines performance on 2 wheels. Performance first. Yamaha, makers of fine motorcycles and ATVs. Nobody's more in tune with motorsports than Yamaha. And Toyota Trucks, unbreakable every day.
The 125 riders continue to get their kicks in Route 66 Raceway here in Joliet, Illinois, just outside of Chicago. Ernesto Fonseca still has the lead over his teammate, Stefan Roncada. Roncada trying to win the overall title, having his way right now because of the crash earlier by Travis Pastrana and the tough start by number 18, Brock Sellards, who has worked his way back up now to 5th place.
It's a fine ride considering he was pretty much caught in that group, took off basically last, has worked his way all the way to 5th, so he definitely has the pace. He said no matter what happened, as long as he gave it everything he had, he couldn't be disappointed. And from what I can see, he's given it more than that.
The interesting to watch these two guys, though. Teammates, as we mentioned. Will Fonseca get the win? Will Roncada perhaps allow him to get his first win of the season?
Well, I have a feeling, you know, it's not to say that Fonseca isn't the faster of the two. In the last lap, he had the faster lap time, but Roncada is going to be so happy to win this championship that winning tonight is secondary, and these guys are teammates. They get along well, and Fonseca has yet to win this year. He really wants one, and I have a feeling that Roncada might make that a little easier for him.
And Brock Sellards back in 5th place, trying everything he can do to work his way back into contention. Trying to get to that 4th place right now.
It's still not over. I mean, if you consider how far he's come, he's working on 4th place right now. That's Nick Way just ahead of him on the team Splitfire Kawasaki. If he can get around him and get up and catch Roncada and pass him, he'll win the championship. Doesn't matter what place they get, as long as Sellards finishes ahead of Roncada, he'll take the championship. So anything can happen. Roncada is not out of the woods yet. He can't make a mistake from here on out.
And there's the pass over Nick Way. He's in 4th place.
It's an amazing ride. He's still got Pastrana between himself and Roncada. It's something else to see where these guys all finish. The crash by Pastrana earlier, and they're running 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
It's amazing to watch how much of this racing takes place not on the dirt, not on the track, but actually in the air.
Oh, they spend so much time in the air, especially on this racetrack. There's so many more jumps. Because of the configuration of the track and the space they had here on this drag strip, they've done an excellent job. Look at the air time there, 30 feet in the air. They're in the air more than they are on the ground down that straightaway.
30 feet in the air, so you would have to sit in perhaps row 17 or 18 to be even with Fonseca at the peak of his jumps.
It's amazing. I was watching earlier in practice this afternoon, just trackside. And these guys are in the air for so long. There's so much hang time. They're up there. They can pull a tearaway, clear their vision, take a deep breath, focus on the corner that they're coming into. There's an amazing amount of time up there to relax and just enjoy the flight.
Travis Pastrana in third place right now. You remember his crash a little bit ago, and all the high hopes that he was riding so well. I know a lot of people around this track thought that he would be the man to at least take this race, if not the title tonight.
And his last lap time was 1:21. These guys have been running about 1:14, 1:13, so Travis has made a mistake somewhere, and you can see that Sellers, who went down in the first corner while Travis was having an opportunity at the lead, look at them now. They're neck and neck. The day started out well for Travis, started out terrible for Sellers, and he's turned it around here.
Brock Sellers trying to make a move on Travis Pastrana, the 16-year-old who was just ahead of him.
Trying to figure out if there may be something wrong with Pastrana. He comes up short there on the triple.
They're gaining a little bit of time back on Sellers now and pulling away just a bit. Back with more of EA Sports Supercross from suburban Chicago in a moment.
When Suzuki introduced the original 4-stroke DR 350 and dual sport 350, it rocked motorcycling. Now, it's happening all over again. Introducing the all-new DRZ 400 and DRZ 400S from Suzuki. 4-stroke thunder. On-road or off.
The most anxiously awaited sport bike ever made is here.
Drivers don't win all the races for us at Toyota. Sometimes it's an engineer. Sometimes it's a mechanic. And sometimes it's John, who can take half a gram and turn it into a 1/16th of a car length. Nice going, John.
Rated E for everyone. Super Cross 101. Oops. Whoops. Superman. Superman. Medic. This power band popping on the pipe handlebar to handlebar lesson has been brought to you by Supercross 2000 and the letters EA Sports. It's in a game.
David Duchovny, Drew Carey, Vanessa L. Williams, Dana Carvey, Kathy Lee Gifford, Ray Romano, Rosie O'Donnell, Queen Latifah, Emeril Lagasse, Lance Bass in the biggest television event of May.
Bring them on!
The celebrity edition of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. 4 straight nights starting Monday on ABC.
Jack's back on the Bayou, facing super hot Hal Sutton, Ernie Els, Nick Price, and a field of the PGA's best. The Compact Classic of New Orleans, Saturday on ABC.
More great racing comes your way when we're done here in the Chicago area. We'll see if Jeff Gordon, fresh off his 50th career victory, can win number 51. NASCAR boys down at California Motor Speedway, the Napa Auto Parts 500 next here on ABC Sports, except for those of you out on the West Coast. The action continues here in the 125 race. Ernesto Fonseca still in the lead over his teammate Stefan Roncada.
Now he's opened it up to an 8-second lead over his teammate Roncada, just playing things safe. And he has about a 7-second lead over Travis Pastrana, who's trying to hold off a charging Brock Sellers. And Roncada's not out of the woods. He's in control right now of the championship, but if he was to crash, it would be over. Sellers would still have that opportunity.
So 4 laps to go as Fonseca still leads. Travis Pastrana started the night 6 points behind both Roncada and Sellers. There is number 199.
Working his way through lap traffic. Sometimes these guys means a wavy by on their right. They move right and take you down. You've got to really be patient in picking your way through.
Pastrana, the rider who won the X Games, you may remember, then jumped his bike into the San Francisco Bay just to celebrate.
Didn't even show that. Too extreme for the extreme games, I guess, but that was a defining moment for Travis Pastrana to have the nerve to go out there and do that. It was more difficult than the tricks he was doing to win the gold medal there. That's the kind of kid he is.
David, let's go down and check in with Davey Coombs. Davey?
Well, speaking of the X Games, I leaned over and asked one of Pastrana's Suzuki bosses, Pat Alexander, if we'd see Travis at the X Games again this year. He just kind of shrugged with a disappointed look and said, probably.
The jump by Pastrana there, and up front, Fonseca continues to have fun.
This has been his day. He was the fastest in practice this afternoon. He controlled his heat race. He was in control of this main event. I really felt like he was going to win at the last round in New Orleans, but he went down in the first lap. He had problems, and you know, he struggled all the way up until these last 2 rounds, but it's good to see him back in form and running the pace.
Why do you think he struggled so much this year after having such great success in '99?
Well, I think last year was a little bit deceiving. You know, everything went well. He got great starts when he needed to get them. And he didn't have Travis Pastrana and Roncada riding as strong as they are now. Sellers has picked it up this year. I think all those wins last year, he may not have worked quite as hard during the offseason. And you know, once he found that out at round 1, it was tough to make the adjustment. But he has made it now, and it's good to see him back up front.
Stefan Roncada would love to win every race, but if he does finish second, which it looks like he is going to, he is just, that's fine and dandy tonight because he will win the overall points race.
You're going to see an emotional Stefan Roncada. This kid, I like all 3 of these guys. I mean, they're completely different personalities, different riding styles. I want them all to win. Only one guy can win. I mean, even earlier they were talking, Sellers was going to give it 120%. Pastrana was going to give it 110%. And Roncada said he was just going to give it 100%. I mean, completely different, but they seem to find each other out on the racetrack. And it's too bad one of them has to lose.
The 21-year-old from France, last year an 11th place finish, had 3 early starts where he finished on the podium, but then had injuries the rest of the way, and there is Brock Sellers.
Still running in 4th. He hasn't been able to do any damage in making a pass on Travis Pastrana. It looks like he just rolled through all those bumps, like he may be having problems.
The white flag is out. The final lap for the 125 race.
I think right there was a good look at the emotion and what this means. He realized he's not going to be able to win this championship. He will preserve second over Pastrana, but the disappointment right there. He just rode over all those jumps. He would normally be doubling. As he went through the mechanics area, he just looked up in the sky, just going, man, this is not my night. But he tried.
Ernesto Fonseca, who has owned this race almost from the gate. He got to the first white line in front of everyone. Out of the gate very quickly. His teammate was right behind him from the start, Roncada. And Fonseca has not looked back.
He's got a good lead over the battle for second now, which is turning into a battle. Travis Pastrana has caught Roncada. It won't matter in the championship if he can pass him, but he is going to make a race of it.
How satisfying this win must be for Ernesto Fonseca, the 18-year-old from San Jose, Costa Rica, who finishes with style. After a great season in '99, winless so far this year until tonight. He had its critics, people who said he could not win this year, but he has done so. And there's his teammate, Stefan Roncada, who with the second place finish is the champion in the 125 series in the East this year.
Good sportsmanship by Pastrana to ride up there and congratulate Roncada on the title. Sellers right there to the left, obviously disappointed.
And Brock Sellers will finish second in the overall point standings. But Roncada, the champion, tonight's winner, Ernesto Fonseca.
Tonight, ABC has an incredible night of television where good things come in threes. 3 lifelines. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire at a special time, 7/6 Central. 3 Wishes. Television's biggest movie event. TV Guide calls dazzling. Arabian Nights, 8/7 Central. 3 Shockers. An all-new episode of the Emmy-winning drama The Practice, 10/9 Central. 3 great shows make one incredible night of television. ABC Tonight starting at 7/6 Central.
Dodge Dakota brings you a startling new advancement. Doors, great big ones, on the driver's side. And the passenger side, each with windows that go all the way down. So what's the big deal about 2 great big wide opening doors? Nothing. But 4 is a different story. Real truck, real doors. Dodge Dakota Quad Cab. Different.
Eric.
Oh, hey there, what's up?
We need to talk. You're dating now, and, well, this is a big night, and, well, you need to be prepared. So I got you something, in case you need it.
No, I'm not gonna need.
Burned it myself.
CD recorder,
Timeless music.
Clarion CD car deck, and music that bridges the generation gap.
Turn on the fun, Best Buy.
Learn the fix-ups that get you top dollar Monday on News 7 at 11.
Welcome back to EA Sports Supercross, the 125 race already complete. Ernesto Fonseca gets his first win of the season. Stefan Roncada, his teammate, ends up in second. Travis Pastrana third, then Sellards and Way. Right now, let's take you over and join Davey Coombs, who is with the overall 125 East champion. Davey?
All right, Stefan, congratulations. You just got yourself a Supercross championship.
David, it feels so good. I don't know if it's sweat or tears on my face right now, but it's amazing, and I couldn't wait for that, and it happened tonight. I don't know what to say. It's just like Shay did a couple weeks ago.
I know that this is why you came. Stefan, I know this is why you came to America. You spent several years over here. You passed up a chance at the World Championship. Is it all worth it?
It's worth it. You know, I've been struggling a little bit the last couple of years, getting into the system and stuff, and I got all my things together last year, and now I'm ready to win. I'm so happy I won tonight. I want to thank the sponsor, Yamaha Troll, Phil Alderton. I want to thank Oakley, Fox, Ben Helmets, Yamaha, Mark Peters for building me a sick track, my trainer Alan Gorky, my mechanic, Eric Q, my girlfriend, my parents, everybody. Thank you. It's amazing.
Congratulations, you're the champ.
Thought he was going to thank me and David Bailey for a moment. Why not thank everyone? And it sounds like a French crowd here in suburban Chicago. A lot of support for the man who has wrapped up the title. And a look at the final point standings in the 125 East. Stefan Roncada with his first title. Brock Sellards, who had the problems at the beginning of this race, finishes second overall. And Travis Pastrana, the sensational 16-year-old, finishes in third. Let's go back to Davey Coombs.
Well, Ernesto, I know it wasn't the best season for you carrying the #1 plate, but at least you came out here tonight and got a race win.
Yeah, it's the last race, and it took me a while to get here. It feels good. It's the first time I've been at the top of the podium this year, and I just want to thank Yamaha Troy. My bike's been working really good. Dean's not here, and I know he helped me out a lot with everything, not really only the bike. Mentally, he's been behind me and everything, and my mechanic, I want to thank him too. Thanks a lot, the whole team, and you know, it's been a great season. I think I didn't get the #1 plate, but at least it stayed in our team, and that's one good thing. Just want to thank Osho, Oakley, everybody, Fox, Alpine Stars, DC Shoes. Everybody, thanks a lot, and hopefully I can get my #1 plate next year back.
So the first win of the season for Ernesto Fonseca. One champion has already been crowned here in suburban Chicago. Another one about to be. The 250 class is up next, and it has again been a year that's mostly been dominated by #1, Jeremy McGrath. Here's Art Ekman with a look back at the 2000 season.
Bar to bar for a second. McGrath looks back at David Villeman. The 2000 EA Sports Supercross season began with the age-old question, who would unseat Jeremy McGrath? Honda's top gun, Ezra Lusk, crashed in the opening practice session. out for the year. Left, his teammate Kevin Windham. Kawasaki's Ricky Carmichael. Yamaha's David Villeman. And veteran Honda rider Mike LaRocco. Before a sold-out crowd in Anaheim, Showtime set the stage and put his understudies on hold with 2 dominating wins. LaRocco hung tough, finishing second and third. But it was Villeman who would meet McGrath's challenge, winning the next 2 rounds in San Diego and Phoenix, moving to within 2 points of the 6-time champion.
I prove, tonight I can win when Jeremy is up front, and it's a good step for me to get that, and so we'll see in a couple of weeks if I can do the same.
McGrath fighting the flu and upset with his performance, went on a tear, winning the next 4 races, leading all 80 laps, while Villeman and the rest struggled to keep pace.
Yeah, David was riding good those 2 races, and I mean, he's granted, excuse me, he's still riding really good, but I just had a little bit of problems at those races, and my starts are coming back. I mean, the bike's working really good.
Carmichael was the next to challenge McGrath's supremacy. At Daytona in front of his fellow Floridians, Ricky won his first 250 Supercross race. Although he was out of the title hunt, he had beaten McGrath.
I had to work for it. Jeremy was right there on my tail the whole time, and man, I just gave it 100%, and I wanted to go as long as I could, and I made it past that halfway, and he started falling back a little bit, but he don't have to win. He's won plenty of them.
McGrath responded in his trademark manner. Another win in St. Louis, his 7th of the year. But Villeman came back in round 11 with his 3rd and biggest win of the season in Minneapolis. Keeping sight of McGrath, he had now won Phoenix and Minneapolis, the first 2 legs of the Vans Triple Crown. A win next week in Las Vegas, and he takes home a $500,000 bonus.
Everybody told me that when I arrived here, so it motivated a little bit more, and I got a good start, and so everything going very great here, and now I'm thinking about next week.
But it was back to normal the following week in Pontiac with win number 8 for Jeremy. Villeman finished 4th and lost precious points in the championship race.
We've come a long way, and I think this year is probably my best year so far in 3 years, so it's looking good. I'm happy to do what I'm doing for Yamaha.
Remember Kevin Windham? McGrath called him one of the most talented riders on the circuit. After a disappointing season, Windham came alive at Dallas, winning his first race of the year. He had proven that he indeed belonged.
It's been a real long time, and I don't care if it came at the last race or this race or any race. At this point, I'm just glad to be on top of the podium, and it's overwhelming. I've been beating my head against the wall for so long, and finally I've come out of the slump.
2 weeks ago in New Orleans, McGrath and Villeman staged an awesome battle in the Superdome. The kid from France beat the champ, forcing a showdown in the Windy City. Their race strategy now is simple and very similar. Win. If Villeman succeeds here, he could force a showdown in Vegas. If McGrath comes out on top, he wins his 7th 250 EA Sports Supercross title.
It is no secret that Jeremy McGrath is the best out here, and David, the best of all time, really. What makes him so good on the track?
Well, he's obviously been blessed with a lot of natural talent, which makes him an innovator, and probably the toughest mentally. He gets great starts. He can come from behind. He has no weaknesses, and we put that on top of the fact that he's got the kind of desire we used to see from Jordan. It's a tough combo to beat.
Well, we asked the men who know him the best on the track what they think of Jeremy McGrath. Here's what some of his competitors had to say about him.
Jeremy has so much confidence. He feels like no matter what, he's going to win the championship. You get a guy like David up there who's doing stuff new. Jeremy's not the first guy to jump all the jumps anymore. David has been doing some new stuff, and he's shown a little bit of speed, and he's shown some endurance the last couple weekends. And you get into Jeremy's head and start losing his confidence a little bit, and that's what it would take.
You have to beat him in the first two, 3 races. If you can do that, I think you have a chance. But if as long as the guys let him win the first 2 or 3 races, then he is on cruise. His confidence is there, and then it's he needs to get hurt or something, I think, which he doesn't seem to do.
Somebody's got to get in there and pick at his head. He's just got so much confidence over everybody. He's never been hurt. He's never really had anything to struggle with, and it's not that he's just that lucky. It's just that he's that good in his mind and in his mentality and all that.
Well, the experts at Supercross like to say that Michael Jordan is the Jeremy McGrath of basketball. He's been that dominating. They start right next to one another. Jeremy McGrath and David Villemin in that points race. Ricky Carmichael, Sebastian Tortelli right next to each other as well. And as you look at the rest of the lineup, Kevin Windham, Mike LaRocco, some final thoughts before we get underway with the 250s here, David.
Well, what's starting to happen to the track, Terry, is it's getting very, very slippery. Kevin Windham, number 14 on the Honda, won the most slippery race of the year back in Dallas. The track is starting to look like that. I think if Kevin can get a start, we can color him gone. Obviously, McGrath and Villemin are very quick. They're racing against each other. Villemin has got to beat McGrath to take this title to the final race in Vegas next week.
And Villemin has done that. 4 wins in Supercross this season with a 22-year-old from Marseille, France. They call him the Cobra.
Look at that focus.
In the eyes of Jeremy McGrath, the 6-time Supercross champion. Here we go with the 250s.
A great jump by McGrath, and he closes everyone off on the inside. That's Carmichael, number 4, down. He's going to have to come from last.
But it's Jeremy McGrath who gets out of the gate first, just ahead of number 14, Kevin Windham. So the Yahoo hole shot won by Jeremy McGrath. He picks up some cash for getting out of the gate first.
And if you look back through the pack right there, you have to go a long ways back, middle of the pack, maybe even farther to find David Villemin. So a big bonus for McGrath. All he's got to do is ride smart. He should be able to take this title tonight.
Where is 934? David Villemin still searching for him. There he is.
Not the kind of start he was hoping for. He's going to have to double that triple right there. He's going to lose even more time. So while he's trying to work his way through traffic, I don't care how good he is, there's no way he's going to be able to match the pace of the leaders out front. He's already quite a ways behind on the track. He's going to lose even more time if he can eventually find his way into third.
No one could have imagined David Villemin starting in 17th place here in his main event for the 250.
That just shows how important it is to get over that gate, get a great reaction. Villemin is working his way through the pack, but it's just taken so much time to weed his way through. By the time he can get a look at either of these guys, Jeremy or Windham, they're going to be a long ways up the track.
Let's go back to the start and see what happened and how McGrath got the lead. The troubles for Villemin.
Well, McGrath is coming right there from the left of your screen. He just aims to the inside. Villemin was all the way to the inside. He's right there, tucked to the inside. He had to stop. Carmichael went down right in front of him. He had to go all the way around the tough block. Tough break.
And here's a real-time look at the start. Heat lost number 33 in our helmet cam.
You see McGrath right to the inside. He didn't give any room to the riders to the inside of him. Controlled that start, controlled the first corner, and he's still controlling the race. Great start for Heath Voss with our helmet cam.
And a look at how physical this can be and how you've got to be in great shape to do this. The 15th event of a 16-race season, and those 16 races coming in a span of just 18 weeks.
No, it really wears on these guys to be able to travel around, to continue the kind of training they need to do during the week, to maintain this sort of form during the races. And McGrath is getting a lot of pressure right now from Kevin Windham. I talked about Kevin being able to ride well on the slick surface. Probably the best in the business at throttle control and delivering that power smooth so he doesn't get any wheel spin.
Windham staying right with McGrath. And Kevin Windham in a battle for 4th place overall in terms of the series points. Just 4 points ahead of Ricky Carmichael for that 4th spot to start this race.
This will help him lock that down because Carmichael went down the first corner. Even if he's able to put in a fine ride, for him to get inside the top 5 would just about take a miracle. So it's going to be a big boost in the points for Kevin to hold down that spot over Carmichael.
So no surprise, McGrath in the lead, but Windham right on his wheel, and Villemin well behind with a lot of work to do. Back with more in a moment.
Hi. Friday's great. Email. It's kind of slow.
styling, performance, value. Isn't technology great? The Suzuki Katana.
The Tacoma 4x4. There's no bigger rush.
David Villman has swept the first 2 rounds of the Vans Triple Crown. And with a victory in Vegas, May 6th, live on pay-per-view, he'll be the first ever to win it all at $500,000. The Vans Championship, the final stop of the Vans Triple Crown of Supercross. It's history in the making. Contact your cable or satellite provider now. Toyota Trucks presents the EA Sports Supercross Finals, May 6th, live on pay-per-view.
So you're Greg Albertine?
Yeah, I'm Greg Albertine, national motocross champion. But you could call me Albie. Gio's ever see me do a jump? I can fly, babies, yeah! When I'm up there, I'm the man! So how about you two girls and Albie? Hey, look, it's Greg Albertine.
Another fantastic ride, Greg.
Thanks, Davey. Yeah, I felt really good out there. Cool clothing worked well and managed to get a hold of it.
Yeah, I'm Nathan Ramsey.
I've met many people at crossroads in their lives who need help. But as a parent, it's not always easy to have the right answer. That's why you need to call the Boys Town National Hotline, 1-800-448-3000. They're here for you, so you can be there for your kids.
A reminder, up next here on ABC Sports, except for those of you on the West Coast, we take you out to the California Motor Speedway. The Napa Auto Parts 500 NASCAR action coming your way. Jeff Gordon looks to repeat as the champion. The action continues here in Joliet, Illinois, suburban Chicago, the 250 race with the man who has dominated Supercross since 1993, Jeremy McGrath in the lead.
He just reaches up right there, pulls off a tearaway. You see Kevin Wyndham right there, number 14, starting to lose a little bit of ground. He's matched Jeremy's pace, actually closed the door. They closed in on him right there. Jeremy has shut the door. Now he's starting to lose that time. Jeremy is so patient at knowing that all he's got to do is just gain a few feet here, a few feet there until he finally breaks your spirit.
Meanwhile, the battle for 4th place is a good one. So Larry Ward in 3rd place, Tortelli and LaRocco. Numbers 21 and 5. There's Tortelli just ahead of Mike LaRocco.
Villeman doing an unbelievable job to catch these guys who were running up front pretty much from the beginning. Villeman having to come from last after that first turn incident. He's caught these guys. That gives you an idea how fast Villeman is going. He's out there turning 110 lap times, the same as McGrath out front in traffic.
Tortelli, LaRocco, and then Villeman, number 934. He was in 17th place at one point, and now he's worked his way all the way back to 6th. Sebastian Tortelli, another Frenchman.
Larry Ward just ahead of this battle, having the race of his season. He's had a horrible, probably the worst year of his career. Just having a tough time with injuries to start the season, a couple of more injuries after the first few rounds. He's had a tough time finding his pace, but he's found it here. Look at the lineup behind him, Tortelli, then LaRocco, then Villeman. These guys mean business, and they've been able to beat Larry all year long, so it's going to be really something if he can hold them off.
David Villeman, his first full season racing here in America. What an impact he's made, and you've got to say he's been the surprise of the season.
Well, it's just unbelievable to think that a guy can come over here in his first full season in the U.S. on a 250 and finish in the top 3 11 times, win 4 events, twice, taking it to McGrath, beating him fair and square, passing him late in the race. Surprised everybody, and this guy is for real. Don't let that number 934 fool you.
It's no fluke. He was the '99 World Supercross champion. Here's a look at Larry Ward, one of the veterans out here, the 30-year-old originally from Everett, Washington.
Tortelli doing everything he can. He's got the inside heading to this corner. He should be able to get it. Larry doing a fine job of shutting the door. The experience of Larry Ward paying off right here, knowing exactly where to go to hold his position.
What's that feel like, knowing that Tortelli is right there on your wheel, looking to pass you at every turn, and now he's done so?
Puts the pressure on. It forces you to ride their race. You hear these guys all the time talking about, well, it's going to be important to go out there, get a good start, ride my own race. When you got guys breathing down your neck like Tortelli and now LaRocco, it's tough not to pay attention to those guys. Usually what happens, as soon as you get passed by one, it throws you out of your concentration, and they all get by. That's what's starting to happen now to Ward.
Mike LaRocco is now past Larry Ward, too. So LaRocco right behind Sebastian Tortelli, but it's Jeremy McGrath who is still your leader, going for his 7th title in the last 8 years.
Remember back when it didn't cost a lot to be the coolest kid on 2 wheels? Well, those days are back. For a limited time, get a Yamaha V-Star from just $89 a month. It's the Yamaha Turn Back Time sales event. So see your Yamaha dealer today, because you won't find a deal this attractive anywhere else.
No down payment. Low financing on Honda Valkyries and Goldwings. Low payments on Valkyrie, Shadows, and Magnas with the Honda card. It's the road to savings. Incredible deals on some incredible Hondas. So hurry to your Honda dealer during the road to savings.
When it comes to getting the right parts fast and easy, guys who know their way around under the hood always turn to their best friend, wrenchhead.com, the place to buy auto parts online. Log on for millions of replacement parts, top brand names, performance parts, accessories and gear, even hard-to-find parts. Or just hang out with other wrench heads with wrenchhead.com. Getting the right part is a snap. Are you a wrench head?
1,200 pounds of pure power. 0 to 40 in 6 seconds. The ultimate riding machine. The ultimate horse race. The Kentucky Derby, Saturday on ABC.
That's great. Hold on a second. What are you doing? Okay. Oh my God. Who's first? Ladies first.
The playoffs continue next Sunday on ABC.
Welcome back. The 250 race continues just outside of Chicago. It has been all showtime so far. Jeremy McGrath riding his way to what surely will be another title, the 7th Supercross title for McGrath. Meanwhile, his closest competitor overall in the standings has had a difficult evening, but an impressive one in terms of trying to work himself back near the lead, at least, David.
And there he is, David Villeman, number 934, coming all the way back to 3rd after getting involved in the first turn incident that pretty much put him back in about 19th place. He's carved his way all the way to 3rd, but it wasn't easy to work his way around Mike LaRocco and David Villeman. This is what happened. He had already passed LaRocco, number 5. He goes off the edge of the racetrack there, corrects it, and watch the composure right here. LaRocco gets him back. Villeman, like Cobra, strikes back to the inside, makes the pass again, catches LaRocco off guard, so it gives him a little bump. A little while later, he was able to make the pass into 2nd over Tortelli. Right after that little altercation, this guy has got incredible composure, and he's now erased a 7-second deficit on 2nd place rider Kevin Windham. He has a shot at 2nd. This guy is amazing. Probably running faster lap times than Jeremy McGrath. As a matter of fact, he is, that last lap, the fastest of the night, 108 to McGrath's 110. So Villeman, it's just too bad he couldn't get a start. He may have been able to take this championship to the final round.
Right on the heels of Windham right now, and Villeman on more than one occasion this season has been able to do what most people said could not be done, and that is catch Jeremy McGrath in a race. However, that would be asking the impossible tonight with the start that he experienced.
He's not that far behind. I'll tell you what impresses me is that McGrath went down earlier this season in Dallas. He crashed in the first turn, got up and got 4th. Everyone thought, boy, what a ride that was. Villeman's pretty much had the same thing happen. He has come back and he has a shot at 2nd place on a track he's riding. He's saying it's been a little bit more difficult to pass.
Meanwhile, Jeremy McGrath just continues to dominate and enjoy himself. 28-year-old from Menifee, California. He has been amazing. The battle for second place. Wyndham just ahead of David Villeman.
This is the kind of pressure that Villeman puts on you. And when you consider where he's come from, Kevin was looking, he had a chance at the lead. He was right there running with McGrath for the first 6 or 7 laps. He put it so much distance on the rest of the field, he probably could have put it into cruise mode, figured, well, I can't catch McGrath, but I can get second. He probably backed it off a little bit. You can't afford to do that with David Villeman in the race. This guy never gives up. He gets stronger and stronger as the race continues, and we're looking at a perfect example again.
Wyndham has to be happy with what's taken place so far. We mentioned earlier the battle for 4th place overall in the standings. Ricky Carmichael. Carmichael is down in 8th place right now. And there's the white flag, 1 lap to go from McGrath.
This guy's just been flawless. You know, I have a hunch that he didn't ride that much this week. I was with him Wednesday. He was supposed to ride that day. He didn't. He traveled here to Chicago on Thursday. I don't think he had a chance to ride that day. So the guy came in here a little bit stale, and he's just pulled it out again.
The battle for second place. Wyndham still ending off David Villeman.
Villeman's got an opportunity in this corner coming up. You can see him, he's placed to the inside. Kevin covered it.
Villeman looking to make that pass.
Bumps him a little bit right there. Kevin's got to feel it. The crowd's into it.
Well, the WrenchHead.com Super Fund is one that includes 4 races. This is the final race in that series. Jeremy McGrath has won all 3 to this point, and he will pick up another $20,000 with the win here.
He has slowed his pace and is only 4 seconds ahead of Villeman, who, by the reaction of the crowd, I'm assuming moved into second.
McGrath the king once again for the 7th time at Supercross. And there is Villeman ahead of Wyndham, so it's David Villeman who grabs the second place spot.
There's McGrath's mother on the left, his sister, and on the right, Kim, his girlfriend. They've got to be happy. Larry Brooks, his friend and team manager. What another year for Chaparral.
Nothing new for Jeremy McGrath. Again, the overall champion. He told us, though, it never gets old. We'll be back to have a word with McGrath after this.
EA Sports Supercross presented by Toyota Trucks. This ABC Sports exclusive brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance on 2 wheels. Performance first. Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. And Kawasaki Motorcycles. Let the good times roll.
The most anxiously awaited sport bike ever made is here.
When Suzuki introduced the original 4-stroke DR 350 and dual sport 350, it rocked motorcycling. Now, it's happening all over again. Introducing the all-new DRZ 400 and DRZ 400S from Suzuki. 4-stroke thunder. On-road or off.
All right, Jeremy, there it is. Title number 7. You made it look easy.
Well, you know, I got a good start. Tonight's start was really important. The turn was really sharp at the end, and my Chaparral Mazda got me right out in front, and I hung down low in the corner trying to protect my hole shot. in the heat race, I kind of went outside, and RC got by me there. So I shut it down and tried to hold the start, and I got it.
Well, listen, congratulations on a 7th championship. Will we see number 8 next year?
Well, I'm definitely racing next year. I'm not thinking about retiring yet. Seems like every year I get older, and they got a new guy for me. But you know, I'm ready to go, and you know, we got 7. Maybe we can get 8.
So McGrath has won for the 9th time in 15 events this season. David Villeman still with a chance to win $500,000 if he wins next week. The 3rd in the Vans Triple Crown of Supercross. Ricky Carmichael, a disappointing finish. Starting the night, he had an opportunity to move up to 4th overall in the standings. Overall, McGrath wins title number 7. Villeman now 28 points behind. He cannot close him out in Las Vegas. McGrath has already wrapped it up. LaRocco finishes 3rd, a solid finish for him. 67 points behind McGrath at this point. Well, round number 16, final round coverage for the first time ever live on pay-per-view comes your way this Saturday from Las Vegas, 10:30 Eastern time, 3 hours of coverage. Call the number on the bottom of the screen to check out what Jeremy McGrath can do next week. Lucky 7th, his 7th title. For David Bailey, Davey Coombs, and Art Ekman, I'm Terry Gannon. So long, everybody.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resort.
One of television's biggest comedy stars is about to be transformed into one of Disney's most timeless characters. Next Sunday, Drew Carey stars in a classic adventure seen through the eyes of Pinocchio's father in Disney's Geppetto. Next Sunday at 7/6 Central, only on ABC.
There's nothing more important than keeping our children healthy and fit for life. That's why Children's Hospital wants to invite you to the Healthy Kids 2000 Festival. This absolutely free event is the perfect opportunity to meet sports celebrities, talk to fitness experts, see an amazing light show, and get inspired about being fit for life. I'll be there for this unique, interactive, fun-filled day for children all over the region. It all happens at the Ronald Reagan Building, May 6th from 11 to 4. The Healthy Kids 2000 Festival. It's free, it's cool, and it's all about kids.
Wish you had a car that wasn't just another car? Wish it could be tight and precise and fun? And roomy and quiet? Wish it didn't take all your money to get your wish? Dodge Stratus. You make the wish. We make the car. Get 0.9 financing for 60 months or $1,250 cash allowance on Dodge Stratus.
We'll share some tips on reducing seasonal allergies Monday on Good Morning Washington.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport.
The man is incredible.
The thrill of victory.
Absolutely the best.
And the agony of defeat.
Oh, look at him go! Oh, baby. Oh, no.
This is ABC's Wide World of Sports.
On the site of an old steel mill in the Inland Empire, 45 miles east of Los Angeles. This is the 2-mile California Speedway, where the 10th race of the year is about to begin. Never in the history of NASCAR have so many different drivers won so many races to begin a season. The streak currently stands at 9, with 4 drivers who won a race last year not included in this year's count. Will the streak continue today, or will we see the first repeat winner of the year 2000 in the NASCAR Winston Cup Series?
One foot on the brakes,